Hello! In today's video I want to talk about Amazon in 2026. What has changed, what you should do, is it even profitable anymore? Before I start the video I want to introduce myself. My name is Yanni. I've been selling on Amazon for over 6 years now, and now we work with Amazon brands in our agency Commerceville, where we do all the fun stuff, the listing, the ads, the catalog, all the fun stuff when it comes to Amazon, with the only goal of making brands more profitable. Now, in today's video I want to talk about Amazon in 2026. How does it look like? Does it even make sense to do it? And Amazon has changed a lot throughout the years. And I mean, just thinking about the amount of fees that have been added in the last 5 years can make your head spin. But Amazon in 2026 is an interesting place because from a GMV perspective, from how many sales the platform is doing, it's the highest it's ever been. It keeps on growing aggressively with double-digit growth year over year. So that's a good thing. Also, the other side, there's less people coming into the platform, less than what it used to be. In my opinion, the reason for this is, first, Amazon has become a higher barrier to entry, meaning you want to have a trademark, you want to have a brand, you want to have papers in place. Second, which is major and probably one of the biggest ones, the mainstream guru era is over. In the pandemic, everyone was selling courses about Amazon. They heard a lot of people that were never meant to be business owners. So they would promise you, you put 10,000, you would get 1 million back. People would go into the business, and then of course it wouldn't happen. A lot of people did that, and they were left with a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to Amazon. So in my opinion, those years of 2020 to 2023, they were hype years. A lot of these sellers weren't supposed to be there. So you had so many people registering for Amazon, but they weren't really registered for the right reasons. They were oversold by great marketers about the dream that never existed. So now that era is kind of over, now you have the era of serious business owners, people that have a brand, people that have a product, and they really want to sell. And that's what the platform is right now. It's about people who have a legit product, have a good product, and they want to sell on the biggest platform in the world. Bear in mind, Amazon is over 50% of e-commerce right now. It's only growing. Now, as I said, it's not easy. They have increased fees. They have made some things more complicated. But from a standpoint of sales, everyone that I know that's stuck with Amazon is only getting bigger. Now, my advice is always this. Amazon is a great platform, but you should be on all platforms if you can. You should be on TikTok Shop. You should have your own website, be on eBay, be on Temu, because that's extra distribution. And that's how you should be thinking about your brand. It's about, can I have my brand on all platforms, and can I be profitable and operationally efficient in those platforms? But Amazon in 2026, in my opinion, it's a bigger opportunity than it's ever been. And I'll tell you why. Because, as I mentioned, there's less sellers. And because a lot of your competitors are leaving, so your market share is becoming bigger and bigger. You can increase price, you can do very different things to be more profitable. And Amazon as a reputation and a company is still incredibly trusted, and people go there to buy. So these are the numbers you want to look at. What you need to be careful in 2026 on Amazon is advertising spend, because that's going up and up. Advertising is becoming one of the most profitable, if not the most profitable service for Amazon. It's over 80 billion compared to 5 years. It was barely nothing compared to now. So be very careful, right? You need to have a good product, because the days of putting any random products from China, selling them with bad images, it's kind of over. So you need to understand that part. But if you have a good product, a good market fit, and you know you can compete on price, then the world is your oyster. So who do I see Amazon in 2026 work best for? First is people who have a D2C brand on Shopify. That usually works very well for them. Why? Because many times they have search volume on Amazon. People are actually looking for them. But what they find out is their competitors, and competitors are taking market share. So if you have a brand that does well on the website, you can definitely go to Amazon, and it usually works very well. Again, you need to know how to set up on Amazon from a listing standpoint to brand registry standpoint, because if you don't, you're going to lose a lot of sales. But if you know how to set up, you know how to do advertising, how to set up your listing in a premium professional way, that can add a lot to your revenue and to your bottom line. And more importantly, if you're a brand that wants to exit, it might add a couple of multiples to your brand as well, because now you become multi-channel. Another set of people that I see Amazon working very well in 2026 is people who understand product extremely well. They have capital and budget. They sometimes have manufacturing background or just understand product, and they launch on Amazon. I see that working very well, because you have a good product. And when you go to a platform where everyone is going to buy products, if you know how to market that, or you work with people who know how to market your product and have good listings, then you can produce a lot of sales. Another set of people that's working very well is people who are very good at TikTok Shop. They know how to generate viral videos. They understand UGC, they understand TikTok Shop. They do own TikTok Shop. They create spillover of traffic for Amazon. And when they launch on Amazon, they're getting a lot more sales than their competitors, because they already have a spillover effect, and also they have more credibility because they already do well on TikTok Shop. For this set of people, Amazon is doing better than ever. Now, for who it doesn't really make sense, especially if you're doing private label, your own product, people who have no capital, people who don't understand the platform, people who don't have a good product, it's becoming more difficult, especially compared to 5-10 years ago. But if you have a good product, good market fit, and you have capital, and capital is an important part, you can really play, and you can play at a high level. I'm seeing brands doing 10, 15, 20 million a year in revenue profitably, and they're scaling like crazy, and them doing well on Amazon actually helps other platforms as well many times, because the most trusted e-commerce platform is Amazon. You do well on Amazon, it's a bit like New York. You make it in New York, you make it everywhere, right? So Amazon is a bit similar in that sense. But again, Amazon in 2026, you need to be a business owner, you need to understand profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow. You need to understand these things, because if you do, it will help you to run a proper business, because that's what selling on Amazon is. It's not being an Amazon business, it's about having an e-commerce brand and a proper real business. That's what the game is in 2026. My prediction for Amazon, it's only going to get bigger. And if you have a good product and some capital, you can really take advantage of it. I hope you like this video. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.